I have a third investigator with me, Hugh Mannity. And Hugh is a recovering aquatic historian and a founder of the Minor League Biology Cyber Attack Study Group at Mount Lucy College in Sailor's Patio, Massachusetts. Interesting story. When he decorated his home in Saline Fishery, Utah, with some lights in 1931 in the holiday season, it started up the tradition that we see in just about every neighborhood in America these days. So he'll tell you if that's not enough, he'll explain more. Over the years, though, he has trained thousands of search dogs to find Egyptian relics near shopping malls in Florida and Louisiana, and he's taught many of them to operate small appliances, which leads me to his current bestseller, which is called Achieving Inner Peace with Small Appliance Restoration. Now, Hugh, the first thing I want to know is how you restore these small appliances. I mean, what kind of tweaking do you do with these small appliances?
Well, generally, it's actually an interesting story how I married aquatic history and small appliances. When we had that unfortunate accident with the toaster when my mother was in the bathroom with the toaster when I was younger. But leave that aside. For small appliance restoration, mostly I just polish the knobs.
Okay. As far as antiquities go, specifically these Egyptian artifacts that you're finding in Florida and Louisiana, I guess you don't have to sneak them back into the country if they're in Florida and Louisiana, but how did they get from Egypt? You know what I'm trying to get at.
Of course, there was, ancient aliens are, of course, a real thing. So what the aliens would do is they had, again, an import-export business from outer space, is they would actually, they'd bring them through so they'd get no tariffs if the aliens brought the Egyptian artifacts in through Florida.
Okay. And these antiquities, I understand you date them in a different way than other shall I say, archaeologists? I don't know.
Well, boss, at my age, dating antiquities has a whole separate meaning, but if you're referring to my revolutionary way of determining their actual date is what I use ultrasound noise combined with smell. And I have several patents on that device. And antiquities actually have both a unique sound signature and a unique odor.
Now, I don't want to jump to any conclusions that are unwarranted, but we have another slide here, Mr. Producer. Thank you. Hugh, you've been arrested for the theft of dozens of small appliances. Does that have something to do with your mechanical?
Well, like much of my brushes with the law, that's entirely, it's just a misunderstanding. And on top of that, guilty is such a Western concept. And I'm moving more towards a peaceful Eastern philosophy of life where guilt and not guilt, you can be guilty and not guilty simultaneously.